Hello, hello. Happy Monday, lovers. I hope you have a nice weekend and you chill or you rest. But, well, we are here again. And today I was supposed to talk about green flags, but I couldn't. But let me talk to you about two more red flags that happens to me. And I hope that actually works for people out there that are trying to get into the industry. Because as I said before, and I will say it doesn't matter the field. You need to make sure that what you doing and other people is doing is legit. Okay. So the first red flag that I want to talk about actually happened in LA in Los Angeles. I was contacted by a company agency of models. And so basically they were saying this was more not like modeling, but more like um, I would say like ladies companion kind of stuff. So they promised me that I was going to, like as soon as I get there, I was going to get so many, jobs and stuff. Um, and I mean, I went to their website and it was legit. I mean, I saw, the services they provided and everything. But the only thing was that they were not covering anything. They were not covering the trip, the stay in the hotel, so anyway, I went through a process with a lady first, and then everything was okay. My idea was to stay for the entire week in Los Angeles, and so yeah, I made the plans. I was in contact with them. Everything kind of went smooth until the day that I arrived in in Los Angeles. So, well, first of all, uh, gave me, the information for the hotel that I was supposed to get for the week. And oh God, that was the most shitty place that I haven't seen. I don't know what's going on in California, but something it doesn't fit with me. I mean, the energy is kind of weird. I don't know. I'm not sure if possibly I'm the only one thinking, but I don't know. The energy is kind of heavy. But anyway, so I arrived to Los Angeles, get the hotel room, and yeah, that was very shitty. And I understand now why they were picking that kind of places. So anyway, I as soon as I arrived, I let them know I was there. The lady, yeah, she was like, "Yeah, yeah, I'll contact you soon." I mean, I was like, "Well, in the meantime, I'm just gonna go and settle, and I'm gonna go to the supermarket get some groceries for the week, I guess." And then I didn't hear from them for a while, and then they say, "Oh, yeah, yeah, no problem. I'm gonna send you my business partner, and you're gonna go through details." We're talking about this is 8 o'clock p.m. already. So the day is wasted. I didn't get any jobs or nothing. So I'm sorry, the guy show up by 8 o'clock p.m. And he was like, well, before we, like send you some jobs and this and that, we got to go through two steps. Which one is the first one is the interview. The second one, it's the practice. And I was like, what kind of practice? I mean, like we went through the process. Not sure what you're trying to say here. So eventually he said, well, no, we need to see you performing. I mean, with the guy. And I was like, no, 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 no. Wait a minute. You never mentioned anything like this. I was so frustrating. I mean, like oh God, I was like, I'm not gonna do anything with you, and that's what happens. Most of the times, most of the people, photographers, and all these agents, they want to taste you before, like giving you anything. Or, I mean, it's nasty because I do believe that in this industry, if you're not clear enough that what you're going to do and you're not comfortable of what you're doing, you should have been doing this. Okay. Because it's just like any type of jobs. So I got frustrated and I was like, no, I'm not going to work with you guys then because I feel I'm forcing me to do something that we never discussed. And it's not, no, No, I'm not gonna do it. Anyway, I can't remember right now, but what is going on with this platform? Anyway, so the next day I got in contact with another guy. I explained the situation, and he was like, "No worries. I mean, like, I'm going to put you to work. This is not a, like, how you call it, so you don't get censored. Um, anyway, this is not a service, but you need a license in California." And I was like, "Okay, I've never heard of that. I didn't know that existed." So he said, "Well, the license actually it's $1,000, but I want to try to help you out, and I'm gonna give you. I'm just gonna ask you $5." And that's this stupid right here. Went to the ATM, get the money. So he was supposed to put me to work, and guess what? He disappeared. So yeah, that actually was a confirmation that California wasn't for me at all. So that was Tuesday. Tuesday, I got back to the hotel. I looked for a plane ticket back to home, and that's exactly what I did. I I left around, I don't know, like 2 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. I was going back home, and when I felt like this, energy coming back to me, I was like, "Oh God, well, I hope not I hope nobody has to go through this, because yeah, sometimes people gets greedy, sometimes people gets really shady." Anyway, so that was LA for me. uh, Never heard back from them, of course, but yeah, that was very disappointed. Anyway, the second red flag, the second story was here in Florida. I was looking for gigs on Craigslist. Yeah, back in those days, Craigslist it was pretty huge when it comes to talent and this type of industry. So I saw an ad. They were actually recruiting ladies for companion, and I was like, okay, I heard about the services. You don't need to be, like in all the meanings, not necessarily. So I was attracted by. I got the information. I sent my information. So we were recruited in the penthouse. If this is like a normal, building, and so I saw the place and I saw a lot of cameras. So I was like, wait a minute, what kind of business is this? This is actually the first time that I was like uh, close into the webcam business. So I was like, oh, this is even better because, first of all, they have everything set up. They have different girls. We went through, like, this um, explanation, the how it's going to be. And there is several girls, of course, they're going to show you a video of this girl that doesn't even work with them, but they, oh, I make a lot of money, la, la, la. People always go through the money. I mean, people chasing money, and they don't see the consequences, they don't see like the real intentions. But anyway, I thought it was legit. I was like, well, this is a new concept. I kind of like it. You don't have to do anything, but just be yourself on the camera and this and that. And I was like, okay, I kind of like that. So for 2 weeks, thir- Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, from 8 p.m. to 1 o'clock in the morning, I was working with as a webcam model. And technically, okay, here is the thing. Once again, if that person doesn't show you the numbers, and that person doesn't want to give you the information that you need, uh you know that something's not gonna come up correct or positive. That's what happened to me. Anyway, so this particular place was, well, first of all, it was set up as an Airbnb. So of course, I mean, the people who's rented, they didn't know what was going on. But every single room has, their own computer, their own toys, and this and that. There was a bunch of girls doing this. And yeah, I mean, at the beginning it was kind of fun, but no, any night they were displaying, oh, so this is what you reach, this is because they were supposed to pay with tokens, not with money. So the people, who's watching to you, they send you tokens, and they send you, it depends, because there's some people want to take you to the private room and all the stuff. Well, anyway, I did this for 2 weeks, and they say, and I thought I was doing good. That's the thing about this kind of system. It's kind of shitty because you don't really know how much you are making that night. You don't really have that control. So I was, um, I thought it was okay. I mean, they promised you a lot of money, and then like 2 weeks later, they were like, oh, well, I got to talk to you because, like your numbers are really bad. I mean, like, I kind of like giving you something so you can keep going it. And I was like, what do you mean, kind of something? What do you mean, like, what kind of numbers? And at the end of the day, 2 weeks of work, or those nights, sleepless nights, I made $50 according to them. And I was like, you know what? This is a fucking scammer. This is a scam. So obviously that people disappear, like every single people doing, like monkey business. So for the people that wants to do this, if you're really serious of, exposing your body, exposing yourself up, make sure you're starting from yourself, for your own camera, when your own content, with your own account number. I don't let anybody to manage nothing, because they can promise you, oh, we're going to give you this, we're going to give you that, you're going to make this, and then they can steal the footage from you and you don't know. So please be careful out there with people. Make sure that if you're doing this, it's people legit that doesn't want to rip you off, or doesn't want to, like, because that's what happened with the big companies and the porn industry. I mean, I have a friend. She was signed for, I will say, like $100,000 per year, and she was very excited. Of course, money doesn't come like right away. It's monthly. It's a process. But here's the thing: she was forced to do things that she didn't sign for. But now I have a contract, so sorry, you got to do things uh, that you don't want to. And that's the reason why most of the girls, they do certain kind of money, but the company who is keeping the footage, they will make money forever. And that's what people doesn't understand. But anyway, I hope that next week we're gonna have a friends talking about green flag. I mean, yeah, green flags, not red flags, because everything in life is a risk. But yeah, sometimes we take the risks, and sometimes we get scammed. So I did it, so you don't have to. But in this, again, just make sure that you're really loving what you do and you're enjoying what you're doing. Otherwise, don't even try. It's like, I mean, like, I don't like sales. I was never being good in sales. That sales is not a job for me. I get it. But yeah, I mean, sometimes people think this is easy, and it's not easy at all. But I hope that, at the end of the day, you understand what you want, what you're capable to do. And people who's working with you, next to you, like, they're not taking advantage, because it happens a lot. I mean, I have like thousand stories. But anyway, and people's asking me, are you willing to do more content? Yes, I mean, I would definitely would love to do more content with the right people, for the right purpose. But yeah, so that's my message for today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Enjoy, and God bless.